Rolex, a name that stands for prestige, precision, and timeless luxury. Today, it's one of the most recognized brands in the world, worth over $11 billion. But behind the iconic crown lies the story of a determined orphan from Germany, whose vision changed the world of watchmaking forever. This is the incredible journey of Hans Wilsdorf, the man who built Rolex from nothing. Hans Wilsdorf was born in 1881 in Kulmbach, Germany. By the time he was 12, he had lost both his parents. He was sent to boarding school, where he learned to be independent and discovered a love for languages and numbers. He spoke English and French fluently, which would later become crucial to his international success. During school, he met a Swiss student from La Chaux-de-Fonds, a town famous for watchmaking. That connection planted a seed. At 19, Hans started working at a pearl export company in Geneva. It was his first look at international trade, and the realization that a business doesn't need to manufacture everything itself to be successful. He later took a job at a Swiss watch firm, Kuno Korten, where he learned the ins and outs of the watch industry. His passion for precise timekeeping was born. After a short stint in the military, Hans moved to London, the heart of global trade at the time. In 1905, at just 24 years old, he partnered with his brother-in-law, Alfred Davis, to create Wilsdorf and Davis Limited. Their goal: import Swiss movements and assemble quality watches in England. But Hans had a bold idea. He wanted to make wristwatches, not pocket watches. At the time, wristwatches were seen as fragile and feminine. No one believed men would wear them, or that they could be accurate. But Hans disagreed. He believed they could be the future, if he could make them reliable and precise. To bring his vision to life, he needed a strong, global brand name. In 1908, after trying hundreds of combinations, he came up with the perfect one: Rolex. It was short, easy to pronounce in any language, and looked good on a watch face. In the following years, Rolex watches gained a reputation for quality. Hans insisted on Swiss chronometer certifications to prove their accuracy, something almost no wristwatch company did at the time. But World War I changed everything. Due to rising taxes and anti-German sentiment in England, Hans moved operations to Switzerland. In 1919, he officially renamed the company Rolex SA, headquartered in Geneva, the heart of Swiss watchmaking. Hans believed reliability wasn't enough. He wanted Rolex to stand for innovation. In 1926, Rolex released the Oyster, the world's first truly waterproof wristwatch. To prove it worked, Hans gave one to a swimmer, Mercedes Gleitze, who attempted to cross the English Channel wearing the watch. Although she didn't finish, the Oyster did, completely unharmed. Wilsdorf took out full-page newspaper ads to share the story, and even displayed Rolex watches in aquariums at jewelry stores. It was brilliant marketing, and it worked. In 1931, Rolex launched another game-changer, the Oyster Perpetual, the first waterproof self-winding wristwatch. It was the ultimate everyday luxury, durable, automatic, and elegant. Rolex wasn't just a watch anymore. It was a symbol of adventure and success. Hans knew that associating Rolex with incredible feats would boost its image. In 1935, British racing legend Malcolm Campbell wore a Rolex while setting a world speed record. In 1953, Rolex accompanied climbers on a mission to Mount Everest. That same year, they released the Submariner, the first diving watch water-resistant to 100 meters. In the following years, Rolex developed specialized models like the Explorer, Milgauss, and GMT Master, each tailored for scientists, pilots, and adventurers. Rolex wasn't just keeping time, it was conquering the elements. But Hans's journey wasn't without heartbreak. In 1944, his beloved wife passed away. In her memory, he created the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, a trust that would own and control Rolex after his death. He wanted to make sure Rolex would never go public, never be sold, and always stay true to its values. In 1945, Rolex released the Datejust, the first wristwatch to automatically change the date. In 1956, the Day-Date followed, the first to show both the day and the date. It soon became known as the President's Watch, worn by world leaders, CEOs, and visionaries. Hans Wilsdorf passed away in 1960, but he left behind more than a company. He left a philosophy: perfection, innovation, and purpose over profit. After Hans's death, Rolex continued to innovate, but also focused on building an aura of exclusivity. In 1985, they began using 904L steel, far stronger and more corrosion-resistant than standard steel. They controlled every part of production, from gold casting to dial making, ensuring complete quality control. Rolex doesn't do celebrity endorsements. Celebrities chose Rolex, from James Bond and Paul Newman to Roger Federer and Beyoncé. Rolex became a status symbol, worn by those who achieve greatness. But it's not just about luxury. Thanks to the Wilsdorf Foundation, Rolex supports education, science, and the arts around the world, quietly giving back billions over the decades. From a young orphan with nothing to the founder of one of the most respected brands on earth, Hans Wilsdorf proved that vision, persistence, and purpose can create something truly timeless. Rolex is more than just a watch. It's a legacy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.